All right, Warped Tour. Ray Haycraft here with Silverstein.
Hey, I'm Billy from Silverstein. I play the bass and yell sometimes.
He makes mouth sounds.
Makes some sounds with my
in
mouth.
your general direction.
Yes.
So, how has your Warped been thus far?
Sufficiently warped, yeah. You know, it's our 7th or 8th year on the tour. It's been very hot. I think we've got the majority of the both very hot days out of the way and the like very hot, wet days out of the way, with both like Florida and Arizona and, you know, Vegas, all that. So it's been hot. But yeah, we kind of know how to keep cool.
You're moving up like the country next, so it's going to cool off a little bit.
Yeah, we've got a great hangout set up behind our tent. You know, we got pals coming around. We got some AstroTurf laid down and a barbecue and stuff. So, you know,
practicing your putt.
Yep,
back
it's
there.
been good.
I like it.
We just celebrated Canada Day. It's great, you know.
Oh goodness! So you all we'll say scene veterans. You know, started in 2000.
Yep.
You've got 17 years under your belt, a ton of material. So coming out and playing a short set like, you know, this festival tour, what is it like building that set and deciding what to play?
Yeah, it's tough. Like, we've mostly been playing half an hour. Some days it's even been 25 minutes because it's been a tighter schedule. But it's definitely tough for us. Yeah, with like over 100 songs. I think we just try, you know, we've got a couple of set staples. We try to mix it up a little bit, but try to play a little something of everything, like some old stuff, some new stuff, some, you know, not so old stuff, but, you know, like try to pick the fan favorites as well. I think, though, like, it's cool to see people, you know, responding and reacting to our, you know, our newer songs. We're not just like a nostalgic band that like people are like, oh, I love that record, you know, from 15 years ago. They're like really, you know, pumped up about our new stuff, and we're putting out a new record in like a week or two. So
gonna ask about that.
People are fired up. It
July
seems really
14th,
cool.
I believe.
14th, yeah.
That is so close, looming even.
Yeah.
So what songs are you most excited for fans to hear that you haven't been playing live yet?
You know what? We actually just dropped a new track this morning. In Germany via a German website, but I think you can check it out worldwide. The song is called Whiplash, and it's my personal favorite on the record. It's the second last track, which is like kind of cool because, you know, a lot of bands seem to put the favorite tracks at the beginning of the record, but I think that it's a real, like, you know, kind of anchor of the album. It's like a kind of fast, upbeat song, and I think it's cool to end the record with, like, I mean, the last song on the record is like quite, you know, mellow and you know,
brings
real.
It all back
it's like
home.
heavy and mellow, like it's like, you know, real deep sounding, but and it does kind of bring it all back home. But I think this record's like the real kind of like smack in the face before the record's over. This song is the real smack in the face before the record's over. So my personal favorite. I think it really was one of the last songs to kind of come together in the studio. And I was like, oh wow, I love this now. You know, once I heard the like hook in the chorus, I was like, that makes the song for me. So check out Whiplash, you know.
If you can find it on the interwebs, otherwise it will be out very, very soon.
Yeah.
And so you all have gone through, you know, you've created over 100 songs.
Yeah.
How has the song process changed, like, as you all have evolved?
Yeah, I think, I mean, our writing process changed quite a bit. A few records ago when we brought Paul-Marc Rousseau along to play guitar. He's a great songwriter, and he's contributed, you know, the bulk of our catalog since joining the band. He wrote a lot of this record and co-produced it as well. He's brought a lot to the table as well. I think, like, working with a new producer, this guy Derek Hoffman produced our record. He's a Toronto guy and an old friend. Having his kind of hand in the mix, I think, helped shape the songwriting. I think what we've been trying to do is like maintain a good kind of aspect of what Silverstein is and what Silverstein's been for 17 years, but like still kind of keep up with what's happening in music nowadays and be able to give it like a fresh and modern kind of taste. With this record in particular, we did a lot of writing in like a heavier guitar tuning. So the songs do have like a bit of a heavier sound to it, but I think then that just allowed us to put a little bit more of like a pop kind of element to it and have it not be so, like poppy and like
Right.
radio sounding or something.
Still has that meat.
It allowed us to like further the dynamic. I think like while we were able to get heavier, we were able to get kind of poppier, and the songs have like bigger hooks and stuff. So without sounding kind of too cheesy or lame. So I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I think people hearing the record next week are going to be really stoked.
So as you're playing Warped Tour, you're gaining new fans that haven't heard you all before,
Right.
or may not even be aware, that you have such a vast catalog. What are you hoping that new fans take away from your performance?
I mean, I think just that, like realizing that we've been a band for a while, and that like maybe some of their favorite bands that are younger, might have been fans of ours or been influenced by us, or that there's all this back catalog for them to discover. It's not just about a new record, it's not just about an old record, it's about the whole package. And we've got I think 8 records now. So yeah, there's a lot to dive into. If people are just finding out about Silverstein now, like definitely dive in and check out. There's a lot of great songs out there.
If you had to write the memoirs of Silverstein right now, what would be the things that stand out that would be in the first chapter?
I mean, I think we are well known. We're Canadian. We're well known as being like a real friendly band. So like nice guys, very apologetic. All the Canadian stereotypes. But yeah,
tropes.
I think we like to party, but we keep it pretty tame. I think people would know us as quintessential Canadians. So yeah.
Are there any moments that stick out at you? Moments on tour, stories that you can share with us? Everybody loves a good story.
I mean, it's always the toughest question when you're put on the spot. It's like, what's the craziest tour story? And then you never remember, because it's like, every day is kind of the same.
Warped?
I mean, this Warped so far, I don't know. We just got a lot of good pals out. We've toured with a lot of the bands. Mm-hmm. We've been hanging out pretty hard. We hosted the Canada Day barbecue the other day. I did some interpretive dance with the Canadian flag to Celine Dion's "My Heart Will Go On." That was pretty wild.
Multi-talented, this guy.
Yeah. I don't know. Like things don't get too crazy for us. We were just in South America, and like Shane lost his passport. That was about as crazy as it gets.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
But no, the sport's been cool. We got a lot of good friends, and we're meeting a lot of new friends. We've gotten pretty tight with Guar, who we're sharing a stage with. They're veterans as well, but we've been able to kind of get in behind the scenes with them and hang out with them outside of the costumes, I guess. And they're really great dudes, and we're stoked to be hanging with them. We obviously got good friends we've toured with, like Beartooth and Hands Like Houses, and Hawthorne Heights, and Counterparts are local friends of ours. There's a lot of great bands out here. Being as an Ocean,
It seems like people keep talking about it like a family reunion or
Totally.
rock star camp or something like that. Are there any bands that if you had a dream tour you would love to tour with that you haven't yet? And that's a tall order because you all
that we haven't yet. Well, it's tough. It's tough to say that like we haven't yet, because Warped Tour really does bring a lot of bands together. Mm-hmm. Like I just immediately thought like we've been trying to do a tour with this band that I love called Defeater for a long time, but they were on Warped Tour like 3-4 years ago, and we toured with them then. So that's tough to say. Trying to think. I feel like this new band that I would love to tour with that we have yet to be able to tour with is called Culture Abuse. I saw them a couple times. I love their record. I think they just signed with Epitaph. That would be a band I would love to take out on a tour. I've met them. They're cool guys, Culture Abuse, what's up? Come on tour with us.
Homework. Yeah. Go Google it.
Yeah,
now.
Their record Peach is awesome. It was my favorite punk record last year.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What advice would you have for local bands who are trying to do what you all have done?
I mean, I always just say, keep at it. Keep trying to play a lot of shows. Recording your music as much as possible. Like constantly trying to make things better. Like practice, play, record. Like tour. Like get out there. Just do it. Like. And not just I don't want to just say practice makes perfect, but like repetition makes perfect. Just keep doing it, pushing along, get your stuff out there. Like get online, get your stuff on social media, and just push it. I feel like new bands often tend to like wait for things to happen for them. Like they just kind of say, oh, we're gonna do this, and then like we'll wait and find a label to pick us up, or like a promoter or like a booking agent or something. It's like you got to do that stuff yourself, you know. So the DIY culture is still alive very much, and a lot of the time now labels and managers and booking agents are looking for that, you know, looking for you to do the work, to show that you have the ambition and that you're able to kind of like draw a crowd and get people excited about your band yourself. So do it yourself, you know, just get out there and do it.
Any other final words of wisdom for our fans back home?
I mean, I guess just check out the new Silverstein record, Dead Reflection. It's coming in
July
about
14th.
a week, July 14th.
So close.
I've lost track of the days. I'm very warped.
Nice plunder. I see what you did. Well, thank you so much for taking the
thanks for
time
having
with us,
me.
and have a great rest of your warp.
You as well. Cheers.